Hello, humanity back once again. I can't believe it. The video cut off just as just as I was in the middle of trying to give you guys the recipe. But anyway, just bear with me. I'm trying to get this thing down packed. But anyway, let me give you the recipe real quick because the way I'm fumbling quite a bit here. But here, humanity, the vegetable medley bowl was fairly simple. So I took 2 tablespoons of sauerkraut, and stay mindful of the fact that I need to find out about the fermentation of the sauerkraut. But the sauerkraut is good for you. And then there's some of you guys that have gut problems, and so the sauerkraut is said to, be medicinally beneficial in terms of, various gut problems. Don't quote me on that. I'm not a clinician. I'm just a lay person sharing. So, you need to consult your physician on any and everything. So anyway, this is what I did. I put in a bowl. And as I was sharing earlier, I've made warm kale salad on many occasions, but I don't know what it is about romaine lettuce and arugula lettuce. I'm just so acquainted with throwing, washing and chopping it and putting it in a bowl, dressing it up with various vegetables and what have you, and then putting a salad dressing on it. I'm just, so totally unfamiliar with taking an arugula or romaine lettuce and washing and chopping and putting that in the skillet, but that's what I did. I took 1 cup of romaine lettuce, washed and chopped. A 1/4 of a cup of onions, 1/4 of a cup of mushrooms, a 1/2 of a small tomato, everything washed and chopped. I took a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. And remember, we talked about the spoons. The smaller of the spoons is the teaspoon, and then the larger of the spoon, that's the tablespoon. And so I took a 1/4 of a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce, and I took a 1/4 of a teaspoon of mustard. You can use brown or yellow, it doesn't matter. And then I went in with the sauerkraut. I did, you can either do 1/4 cup or you can just do 1 tablespoon moving in. But what I found, humanity, is that the sauerkraut, it's beneficial. It's supposedly beneficial medicinally, but it really doesn't have any taste. So I don't have a problem with trying to get it in with most of my dishes. And so with the sauerkraut, and then what else? That's why I can't wait, humanity, to get on the website, because the old lady forgets some of the ingredients, trying to roll it off of my head. I'm trying to keep my hand from shaking. All this stuff is fairly new to me. But remember the personalization and the customization, humanity. So if you find some things that you want to go in with, that's perfect as well. Oh, and I do remember that I put in a hint of lime, so maybe like a 1/4 of a teaspoon of lime. And then I went in with a tablespoon of olive oil, and I put all of that in a skillet, and I let that saute for maybe about 5 or 6 minutes, and then I took it out and put it to the side. And then the fish sticks, they were so easy. I've given you this recipe, I don't know how many times. It's just like a mock cheeseburger, but the difference was I used a fish fry. Now, for a lot of you may have a problem with that, because you're really going in trying to watch maybe you're eating a little cleaner. And so now what I do want to do, eventually I want to supplement the fish fry, and maybe use an almond flour, because that gives you just a little bit of grit. That fish texture, I find it has like a little grit to it. And then season it up and what have you. I'm not telling you to do that, but I'm just saying in the future, if you don't want to use fish fry, I am going to test almond flour, so it's even more nutritious. But for what I did yesterday, I used fish fry, and I didn't use an egg yesterday. I used maybe about a fourth of a teaspoon of water, and it turned almost into a paste. And that's what you want. Once I use 1 can of chickpeas, rinsed and mashed. If you put them in your blender's cup, you're going to pulse. And then I put in maybe about 2 tablespoons of Colby cheese, and that's the reason why I say it could almost be mozzarella sticks. But here's the thing: with the mozzarella sticks, you have to go in with the breadcrumbs. You have to freeze it, or either put it in the refrigerator, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And you have to let it get a little bit solid, and then there's a lot of preparation to it. And this is fairly simple. It's easy to do. It's affordable, and it's nutritious. All I did, like I say, I got 1 can of chickpeas, rinsed and mashed. I put in maybe about 2 tablespoons of Colby, chopped real small. And then I put in maybe about I want to say a fourth of a teaspoon of mustard. And that's all I did, humanity. I put in maybe about, I want to say, a fourth of a teaspoon of water. If you find your mixture isn't, if it's like watery, add a little bit more fish fry. I used maybe about a half of a bag, or maybe a little bit over a bag of fish fry, and I put all of those ingredients in the bowl. And then you take out small portions, and you roll it. But I found that my consistency wasn't good. It didn't really roll the way I wanted it to, and I was kind of pressed for time. But at the end of the day, it came out wonderful, humanity. And I deep fried. And it's not like we're going to be using a lot of oil in fish frying, because I'm trying to get on the other side of oil. But some of you guys have really nice air fryers, and that can mimic really good deep frying. My air fryer is not such, so I had to use a deep fryer, and I used maybe about a cup of oil. And I deep fried the fish sticks and the fish patties. And the thing is, humanity, when you're, that's what I wanted to say. When I was trying to roll the fish sticks to make them look, because your cheese is going to automatically be inside. Oh, I'm sorry, humanity. And I also went in with a fourth of a cup of onions. When you take out a little bitty small section, about the size of what a fish stick would measure, and you take that and you roll it. But I found that my fish stick, it wasn't crumbly, but what it was, it would break apart. So I ended up taking the measurement of a fish stick, and then what I did was I formed the fish stick, as opposed to just rolling it back and forth in my hand. I formed it. I formed it into a fish stick in my hand, so that way, I didn't have to worry about the falling apart. And then I let my oil get maybe about 3 or 4 minutes in the deep fryer. If you're doing it in the skillet, just let your grease get hot. And I did maybe about 5 or 6 fish sticks. And then after I did the fish sticks, I took those, I'll put those to the side, and then I went in and I made fish patties, and that's just, formed into a patty, a circular formation. And I did the same thing. I put it in the basket and dipped it in the oil in the deep fryer for maybe about 5 or 6 minutes. And then there you have it. So anyway, humanity, I'm going to try to hurry up because my hand is shaking now. But anyway, let me just share this with you right quick. I was watching what's the name of this movie? Transformers. I think that was their latest one. But anyway, towards the end, they were trying to. Well, I won't spoil it for you. But at the end, they were really on their last leg. Things had exploded, and it was just about to be a wrap for two of the characters. One was a transformer, and then one was a younger guy, and both of them had, they pretty much had preconceived notions about different things. Like I said, I don't want to spoil it for you. And those preconceived notions almost cost both of them their lives. So anyway, and that's a little bit more morbid, and that's a little bit graphic, of course, but I'm going somewhere and I got to go somewhere quick because, as you can see, my hand is trembling, right? But anyway, at the end of the day, it had got down to the last wire, and it looked to, I'm sure to the audience and to, they had it to where it looked to where the characters, it was just going to be a wrap. And then from nowhere, they both, just it was as if they had this reserve. You know how when you're driving your car and you're looking around, you're on E and you're looking for a gas, you're looking for a gas station, and you realize that you can make it just a little bit further because of your reserve gas that you have. But anyway, I thought about us humanity, and I thought about how many of us, because last week and the week before, wow, humanity, I have so much that I have to share with you. I got all kind of stories, but as you can see, it's challenging, and I'm pressed for time anyway because I want to. I'm trying to take advantage of the sunlight that's outside. But anyway, with that being said, how many humanity you have some things that you're really really desirous of, and the undesirables, as usual, the hurt, pain, and suffering, whatever is causing such. And you got brothers and sisters behind you, on the side of you, and in front of you. We can all relate, right? And it's way beyond what shocked you. You would be left in awe with some of the things that your brothers and sisters have had to endure, and they're still standing, just like you with your awesome self, humanity. You're still standing. But I thought about it, humanity. I wondered how many things have become not just a want, they're a need now. And I wonder, there was a part before they got to the really, really desperate ending that I'm talking about. The villains, they were in a circular motion, and they were really, really boisterous and bold about what they were going to do to these two. And there for a while they were cowering down and just basically accepting their fate, right? And something rose up in them as if it went from a want to a need. They had to have it. And so I wonder today, I'm going to end it because there's a lot more that I have to say, and I'll try to either bring it back later. But with the ending of this weekend, humanity, I wonder how much of your mind, body, and soul is no longer wanting, but in need of some internal peace. How much of your mind, body, and soul is in need of some happiness and some joy? How hard would you be willing to fight? Have you had preconceived notions where it's just utterly impossible because, you're dealing with some things, unsurmountable things, where all of the odds are against you, where everywhere you look, it looks impossible. But there's something on the inside of you that's driving you, that just won't let go. It's a relentless thing that won't let go. It's not a silent uttering. It's a boisterous uttering inside of you, and it's no longer a want, it's a need. You need to drink water, you need to breathe, you need your respiration. How much of that internal thing, you give it a name, that is saying that it's no longer a want? We, mind, body, and soul, now has to have it. Hey, humanity, you better get some of that reserve that you got. I know you got it. You're still standing. Everything that you've been through, ooh, and everything that your brothers and sisters have been through. It's no longer a shock time. It would be an awe time. You would be an awe, humanity. You'd be like, wow, you went through that. Yeah, a lot of your brothers and sisters, the answer would be 3 words. Yes, they've gone through that, and they're still standing, and boy, do they look beautiful doing that thing, still standing, just like you, humanity. Hey, humanity, why don't you reach down real deep? You scratched the surface. Why don't you go down a little bit deeper and get that reserves? The reserves that says you gotta have it, humanity. Whatever it is, if you're trying to get on the other side of something, or if it's just simply something that you no longer want, you need it. You need that thing now, humanity. Stop looking for your cues from the outside. Why don't you start paying a little little attention to the inside. You got some reserves left with your awesome self. You're still standing. Go for it, humanity. Starting today, use your reserves and go after what you need now, because it's turned from a want to a need. Take care of yourself, humanity. Hey, gotta go. You see my hands shaking, humanity. Take care. Bye-bye.